Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
Standing in front of shelter here in Midtown. This shelter has just been closed by a vacate order from the FDNY, who had sent fire marshals to inspect the situation here, and it was deemed unsafe. Once that vacate order was slapped on the front door, that was it. They all had to leave. There doesn't seem to be much of a plan as far as how to relocate the migrants who are staying here. They basically printed out directions to shelters in Long Island City and other locations. Google Maps directions on, like, how to get there on foot, how to get there by train, or how to get there by bus, and just started handing them out to the migrants as they basically told them to get out. 110 migrants have left this shelter already. 40 were still inside this morning, and they were trying to find other space to put them in. It's kind of pandemonium here. Most of the migrants that are still here, they were not ready to leave, and they don't seem to be too jazzed about where they're going. This morning we saw a Parks Department van came and was trying to pick up 10 migrants, but they had so much luggage that they could only pick up 9. And I mean, they're calling Ubers for these people.
Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. This is your humble servant, Big Levi, and today is Kokav, October the 25th, 2023, and it's currently 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, pre-recorded. Welcome, beloved. Great glory to the Mighty One. Then again, before we go into this, we want to apologize in advance. There are construction going on next to some roof construction or roof repair going on next to my place, and you might hear certain noises, you might hear certain things going on there, so we apologize in advance. Now, concerning the whole migrant thing, which we talk about and we explain onto that, but this video seems to be a little bit peculiar and somewhat unique. As you can see, this dude made it his duty. Okay, he went out there and shot this video, but they make sure the one that they are kicking out of the shelters, they look like us. Okay, the one that they don't want in there, and they are making it seems like the only migrant that get there are those people. Okay, they make sure upon the New York Post, they put a black man there. Make sure that they show you, okay, those people are the people that are invading you, and then those are the ones that they are kicking out of the shelters and not providing them free housing, because the others, they are providing free housing. Because let me see, I believe Sister Lisa just released a video. Allow this. Lisa Cabrera, population control, depopulation or something like that. Oh, that was Japan. I believe she just have a video there. Yes, U.S. population declined by 22% between 2007 to 2022. So again, like I said, I don't like to swagger jack the sister, but this is the title. Okay, U.S. population declined by 22% between 2007 and 2022, like 15 years from now. But again, when they say U.S., they want to make it make it seems that everybody is being depopulated or is being in the decline. But the truth remains that it is them. That's why they opened the border. They let a few people that look like us, a few Haitian get there, a few African, very few of them, not that much. Okay, a very few. Okay, but those folks, they kick them out of in the street. All right, they kick them out of in the street. They like, you on your own. They They make sure that they only kick out the one that are blacks. For instance, when they come up in the shelters, they start speaking Spanish. Oh, this and that, and then those guys don't speak that. Even if they do, they will say, "Oh, sir, I'm sorry, but you're not qualified for whatever." They give them free housing, free money, free food stamp and stuff, and house those others and leave those guys. Say, "Hey, you guys gotta vacate here. Go wherever you please." Okay. Look at when they say the migrants, they should have said dozens or all the black migrants boot out of yet another New York City shelters. Okay, so they make it seems that this thing is all the migrants that are coming here. They not only they look like us, or they are the one taking all the benefits and things like that. Okay, you can see you're not seeing a single other so-called Latin American or Spanish folks in there. You might see some dude like this dude could be, but clearly he's a black man, so to speak. Okay, they do that on purpose. All right, they do that on purpose. Then again, we know the reason why they let those folks here, because their population is on the decline. They don't have that much of them here. They are well aware of that. Okay, that is why they also an uproar about the birth. They are uproar about young men, young women to have children, when in fact they make this life so hard. They made it so hard for us. Remember, they build this so-called system not for themselves. They build it against us. As long as we don't succeed, that's it. They don't care about themselves. Those self-destructive folks never care about themselves. Any self-destructive, self-degrading, and self-sabotaging people, they don't care about themselves. As long as they can take you down with them, they're good. The only time they have a problem is when they do something to take you down. It didn't take you down. Not only take them down, it's also take their generation down. Now they have a problem. They don't have a problem with this economy being like, things being expensive. Things were always expensive for our people. We were always struggle. Things were always like that. And it never did change. Up until you folks get into the same situation. You were fine though when you were in the same situation with us. Then you look at, wait a minute, those folks are getting out and they are leaving me behind. Not only they are getting out, their children are getting better, ours on drugs, or we don't even have children. Okay? So that's why they are panicking, bringing those. That's the last hurrah, because there's nothing else they can do. All right, that's what's going on here. Okay, seems this thing is working, right? Somebody was saying that they were hearing too much noise in the background. Like I said before, we have construction and things going on. You will hear those things. All right, let's keep on moving, beloved.
Caught on camera, a man jumps into a lagoon at Epcot. This happened when witnesses say it happened near the Italy Pavilion Monday afternoon. They say someone bet the man $6,000 that he wouldn't do it. We've reached out to Walt Disney World to find out what happened to that guest. We are still waiting to hear back.
And we want to know if he got his money after doing that crazy stunt.
We got to find that out.
Yes.
Okay, so again, people are saying those guys are doing these things for money. No, they're not. They're just out of their freaking mind. They're just out of their mind, that's all. Those people are out of their freaking mind. It's not like they are doing this for $6,000. No. They are out of their mind.
Illegal immigration is once again front and center at the Texas state capitol.
Governor Abbott called a special session to address his priorities, which include school choice and also border security. Our Victor Jacobo joins us live in studio this morning with what we can expect today. It's going to be jam-packed, Victor.
Yeah, Steph and Kimberly, this busy special session is going to continue today with the Texas House set to meet to address border security. Now, there's going to be several bills up for discussion. It's a priority for Republican Governor Greg Abbott, but some Democrats are concerned about the potential impact of these bills. These include Senate Bill 4, which would increase the minimum sentence from 2 years to 10 years for smuggling migrants into the state of Texas and operating a stash house. That bill has received bipartisan support as it's moved through the legislature. There's also House Bill 6, which would approve $1.5 billion for continuing building barriers along the Texas-Mexico border. And there's HB 4. That's the bill that's drawn the most scrutiny among Democrats. The bill makes unauthorized entry into Texas a state crime and allows local and state law enforcement to arrest violators and order them back to Mexico. Earlier this month, Governor Greg Abbott highlighted his administration's efforts to address these issues surrounding the border, but Democrats, including Congressman Joaquin Castro, says bills like HB 4 could lead to racial profiling and complicated situations that is normally handled by the federal government.
Texas has taken measures that no state has ever taken in the history of the United States to try to do something to secure our border.
If we were asked by a law enforcement officer right now, I want you right now on the spot to prove that you're an American citizen, I don't have my social security card with me. I don't have my passport with me. And so this really is going to create a dangerous situation for the people of Texas.
So we'll see how this all plays out. There are still several steps before this actually gets to the governor's desk, but if it does get there and gets his signature and becomes law, we do expect some legal challenges. That's something that Democrats have already expressed could happen.
And do they
Now, the theatrics keep going on, beloved, okay? Understand one thing. Those folks are not, whatever they try to do, they try to come up with those laws. They want to come after our people, which they can't. 2 years ago, Texas passed a law that you don't need any driver license or anything to permit or any gun license to actually purchase a pistol or a revolver, some kind of handgun. You just walk up to the store, you pay, and then you get your gun, you get out. And a lot of our folks were freaking out, say, well, they're going to do this because they're going to bring the race war and Jacob's trouble and stuff. Look, like I said before, and I'm going to keep saying it again, those folks are not in their blessing anymore. There is nothing they can do. They can do a hell of a lot of barking. That's all. They can bark as loud as they can, but there is no bite. All those guns, look what happening over there in Texas. All those guns turning on themselves. They just, 988 themselves, killing themselves and all that. And then now they're trying to come up with the whole attention to the border. Listen, man, if the so-called U.S. government did not want anyone to cross this border or their border or any border for that matter, you would have never heard this thing on the news. It's because they allow this, they make it like that because their population is on the decline. They can't have any more kids. They can't be reincarnated anymore. They are dying by the thousands, by the hundreds, and by the millions worldwide. Not only here in the so-called US, but all over. Japan, China, India, all over the world. And they are seeing that this thing is only affected them. Well, of course, we do know like what they are calling this thing is the sun. That's what's going on. That's why they are coming with the little laws and trying to make it seem like, okay, well, we are doing this because we try to put a hand to this thing right now. Oh, they're not. They can't have any more children. Even if they give $1 million per kids, $1 million. If somebody get a child every year, the government going to give you $1 million to taking care of this child until they shall become 18 whatsoever. They not only they won't be able to catch up, our people will just outbirth them. Because that's part of our blessing. That's why one of the main reasons they put great shame upon our people when a man, specifically when a black man and a black woman get together. They put the greatest shame upon that. That's why they don't promote that at all. They promote cowboyism, cowgirlism. That's what they promote because they don't want you to bring our ancestors back to this realm. That's why they don't like to promote none of that. Any love between a man and a woman, it's forbidden. They promote two things: cowboyism and single life. Go out there, promote vasectomy in the midst of all men and tube tying in the midst of all women. Well, when you're single, you can do everything. You're free. You don't have kids. Kids is bad. Kids is problem. They're going to take all your money. A lot of our people think like that. And then they went and get vasectomy. And then they tied a tube. It's a train. It's a train. If you do this, they know for a fact they got you. And then now, those same people that were telling you to get vasectomy and tube tying things, they are telling you now, go and do whatever that you did and have kids. This is what this whole fiasco is about. Most of those folks, they are on drugs. Don't let this image fool you. Don't let the way that they look fool you. A lot of them are on drugs. Okay? Their population or whatever generation that they had, it is just gone. It's lost. It's a lost generation.
First, all new at 6, a Lakeland father is pleading for answers 1 year after his son's murder. 17-year-old Ty Ketchum was shot and killed in his apartment on October 15th. And since then, no one has been arrested.
Yeah, Fox 13's Carla Byron spoke with his father today, who has some renewed hope now that time has finally passed.
Shortly after 10 p.m. on October 15th, 17-year-old Ty Ketchum was shot to death inside his Park at Palazzo apartment in Lakeland.
It's one of the worst things any parent could ever have to witness or live through.
His dad, Joseph Ketchum, was the one who found him gasping for air, and he called 911.
Here we are a year later, and I still have no answers, no real leads, nothing at all that I would consider, acceptable after a year of an ongoing investigation.
In March, the reward for information about Ty's murder was increased to $10,000.
In hopes that, after a year of this happening, people move on, friendships end, somebody knows something, and maybe somebody's willing to speak up on behalf of Ty.
Police say they're continuing to follow up on forensic evidence and leads, but they're still asking for tips from the community. Ketchum says his son's 18th birthday was on May 7th, and he would have graduated from Lakeland High School. His plan was to learn a trade, move back to Texas, and start a life with his girlfriend.
I just try to remind myself day in and day out to try to stay calm, stay focused, and don't lose sight of what it is that we as a family are trying to accomplish here.
Justice.
So, again, we just enlarge this, but I despise when they put those things in there. This boy, you can see, is a hardcore Christian. You get all those courses there which don't belong to them. It's a holy thing. It's a magical thing. You can see the rosary. Let me see. There we go. The rosary, around his neck and stuff like that. Young guy, 17 years old. They find him in his apartment gasping for air. Somebody shot him a year ago. No justice. Does that sound familiar? Does it sound familiar? When you guys were doing all those crimes in our neighborhood, okay, this is what our people were going through, okay? The sorrow. You can see the sorrow in the face of the father. Okay, losing a child like this, somebody actually, shot and murdered your son, and it's been a year, the police haven't seen, there's nothing. Are they doing their job? They didn't tell you nothing. That's exactly what we went through. Okay? The curse have switched. It is cleaving unto those people. This is a terrible thing that happened out there. But hey, you did the same thing unto us, so the same thing is going to be done unto you.
Morning. Clark County's first cultural district is now officially open. There you see, as yesterday Commissioner Michael Naft and others helped mark the designation of Little Ethiopia. This is located near Decatur and Flamingo in Spring Valley. Clark County home to more than 40,000 people of Ethiopian and Eritrean descent. They've been working on that for a long time. Good to see.
Okay, all right, let me just pause it right there.
This is
okay, Little Ethiopia. It's a small little district. So now, this is very revolting to the so-called 83. Although they look like the Ethiopian, they don't like, even though they say they are not our people, but they don't like them at all. Once they see anybody that kind of like look like us getting together, do something positive, or claim a piece of land, or name something after themselves and they are not part of it, they did not initiate it, then it's become a problem. This is sign that truly show you that the population is truly declined and there's nothing they can do about it. No other folks on this earth, no, well, besides the original one, they can literally reproduce, but those folks, they can't. That's why anything like that they get really angry about it. Okay, let's keep on moving.
President Biden, as you mentioned, facing some backlash from Muslim and Arab Americans over his response to the war. They say they could basically turn on him and that he could lose tens of thousands of votes.
Listen, the so-called Muslim and Arab, your vote don't matter. The only vote that matter in this election or wherever election is the black votes, is our people vote. That's all. There's no if or buts about it. Our votes are the only thing they want. Those people are acting out like, well, we're Muslim or we're Arabs, we're going to boycott. You guys can't boycott nothing. Businessmen can't boycott business. Only the customer can boycott the business. You folks are the one that are on top. You own pretty much everything. You own pretty much all the corner stores and the gas station and all that. You're going to boycott the... You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing. You people are going to go at each other's throat, though, which we told you, for those of you that know this. In 2020, we received a prophecy that said Trump will lose, Biden will win World War III. And World War III started in January 6, 2021. When those group of Gentiles entered the capital, desecrated the place, kill a bunch of people, spill blood in there, and then that's it. And everything follow up. The war in Ukraine and all the war, they are fighting each other. See, World War III, people are waiting World War III to be some kind of like huge event, like at once. No, it's something that is gradually and then pop up. Now you guys are you are beefing with Iran and stuff, which we don't care. You guys want to go at each other's throat and destroy each other. That's what it is. And then now you so-called Arabs are like, oh, well, we're going to boycott this. You ain't gonna do nothing. Because why? You do not have the power to do this. You do not have the power of the vote. Only the black vote matter. Everybody else can vote. It doesn't matter.
Coming up in the 2024 presidential election, our Jorge Ventura is joining us with a little more light on this story. Jorge, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Adrian. This could be a potential disaster for President Biden with the election cycle heating up in 2024. It's a key swing state. Former President Donald Trump picked up the state in 2016, and President Biden narrowly won the state in 2020. And President Biden did so with the help of 35,000 Muslim and Arab voters who overwhelmingly voted for him. But that could change with that key voting bloc telling News Nation they feel betrayed by Biden for supporting Israel and its bombing of Gaza. More than 5,000 civilians have died since the fighting has broke out, according to Gaza's Ministry of Health, which has prompted accusations of war crimes.
Again, this is what our people went through. Listen, beloved. All right? Let me make this perfectly clear here. Because a lot of people think, because of this thing that's going on over there in the Middle East, and we have a stance upon it. First of all, I personally have no stance on this. I do not support either Ish nor Ishmael. I do not support anybody or anyone out there, nor I am against any of them. I have zero opinion. I have no dogs in this fight. Okay? But one thing remains. We as the people of the mighty one, the children of light, the God beings, we have enough shit in our plate. Now we are working on ourselves. We are working to get ourselves back together. We are building our community. Our people out there doing positive things. And then now people are coming and calling us, hey, leave what you're doing and come fight for me. Leave what you're doing, come fight with me. We are being oppressed. They kidnap our people. They are dropping bomb on our people. Black folks, you know oppression better than anyone. Come, and protest for us. Yo, I got enough stuff that I'm doing here. I ain't got time for your nonsense, man. I gotta study. I gotta pay my bill. I gotta go to work. I got to get my business going on. I gotta meditate. I have to find out what my power is, because this is the last day. The blessing is upon me. I have to figure out how I can access my own blessing, which is wisdom. And you people are calling me over there and then try to fight your battle. No, we collectively as a people, as the original people, the Israelites, the children of God, the God beings, we have no dog in this fight. We have too much in our plate for us to go worry about those people over there, or the celebrities over here, or this Will Smith over there, or this Jada Pink over here, or that Tupac guy over there, and all the other scumbag. We don't have time for this nonsense. We have time to plan, work together, and build back our community eventually, restart and jumpstart our civilization. We don't have time for this nonsense. Let those people fight it out.
Adam Absullah, a Palestinian American from Dearborn, Michigan, is one of the thousands of Arab Americans that voted for Biden in 2020 and even was a fellow for the campaign. But he says he will not vote for Biden in 2024 and will instead leave his ticket blank in protest.
As Arab Americans, as Muslim Americans, we are standing up and we're saying, you needed us to come save you in Michigan, in a state like Michigan, a swing state where Trump won by only 10,000 votes in 2016. You asked us to support you. We came out, we voted for you, we supported you. 70% of us voted for you. But right now, you needed us to save you in that election. We are going to save ourselves from you, because you are sitting idly by and watching our family and our community live in a genocide and doing nothing about it.
Many Muslim and Arab voters have family members living in Gaza trying to survive Israeli airstrikes, and many are worried about the targeting of innocent people in Gaza. That's top of the mind for Lexi Sinan, a Palestinian American from Detroit who voted for Biden in 2020 but will not for next year.
My first concern right now is a ceasefire and to end the genocide that's happening in Gaza. As a Palestinian American, to see my people being genocided in front of the world, and not a single leader has done anything to stop these indiscriminate war crimes and the genocide that the people of Palestine are facing.
The Biden administration.
Yeah, again, now for some reason everybody want the government to do something for them. When Heshwas happened to us, where were you, so-called Palestinian men? When our people were and still being brutalized, where were you over there in that Gaza place and come together and say, whoa, 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 we are being oppressed here in Gaza and we know what oppression is. Why you guys are doing these things to those people over there? We're going to march, we're going to do this and stuff. Where you people were here? What did we have a so-called coalition of the Muslim and Arab banded together and come and say, black folk, we're going to come here and support you, man. What happening to you guys it's not fair. Suddenly now people want to help everywhere. Suddenly now people want the so-called the government to come and help them. We have no help. We ask the so-called whites, we get ignored. We ask Arab, we get ignored. We got Asians, we get ignored. We ask all the wealthy black folk that could actually help us. We get ignored. We have no help, and then we only got ourselves, man. Let's get H together. And then the reason why you people are doing this, because you see the progress of our people. You start seeing it ever since 2020. A lot of your folks are dying out. A lot of them are on drugs, and a lot of our people are being born. A lot of them are starting their own stuff. And then now there's a problem. Now it's like, you guys need to come there and say something about this because we are being genocide. Oh, really? You mean what then? What about the Inquisition? What about what you people did over there during the Crusade era, during the 100 years era? The 100-year war that you did. All those crimes. And then now suddenly people have to go over there and help you folks. Why should we? We got enough H in here, man, to taking care of. We stay out of this. We ain't got no dog in this fight.
administration has cautioned Israel to not be blinded by rage and to avoid civilian casualties in Gaza. Israel has said that their goal is to eradicate Hamas terrorists and reduce civilian deaths by all means. With tensions high across the nation and violent protests happening, Jewish and Palestinian Americans are worried about hate crimes targeting them, like the recent stabbing of a 6-year-old boy and his mom in Illinois, who police say were targeted because they are Muslim.
But we're not voting for the top of the ticket. We're not voting for somebody, again, who has whose rhetoric, whose lies, and whose actions have only hurt more Palestinians in Gaza.
This is how it felt. This is how it felt. You are saying the same thing our people used to say. This is how it felt when you vote someone coming on your face and lie. Say, man, we're going to help you guys. Black people, man. We're going to give you better school, better this, better that, better job. And then they turn around and shoot our people and kill them and murder them. And you so-called Palestinian Israelis out there, you were silent. In fact, you Arabs were the one that keep calling the police when you see the brothers in the stores and your stores. You Israelis are the one that calling the police on our brethren because you see them in your apartment. You people were in on it. And now somehow this stuff turn on you. And then like, well, I'm not going to vote anything. Well, yeah, well, whatever though.
And who have resulted in a 6-year-old in Chicago being stabbed 26 times. That's because of false narratives and lies that have been told from the White House.
And voters say this doesn't mean that they'll vote for former President Donald Trump, but simply just sit out in protest, which could be costly for Biden as each vote counts in a swing state like Michigan, Adrian.
Thank you for watching. Go to
you people acting like you are the majority in Michigan. Whenever somebody say Detroit, I don't see Arabs, man. Detroit is analogous to not only black but to ghetto, murder, low IQ, 2/3. That's what Detroit is analogous to. Poor state and stuff. Suddenly now when people say Detroit, well, they're the Arab there. They are the majority. Get out of here, man. Let's keep on moving. Okay, this is in New York and California. Remember that guy? Let me see his face again. He was this rich kid who ran over those 4 girls. They were sorority girls. And he is one of those rich kids. And then they release him because there ain't no evidence, okay? Those were the 4, so let me just enlarge this, okay? Those were the 4 sorority girls, okay? And then they were in a car, they were going places, and next thing you know, this guy ran them over and killed all 4 of them. Do you know what that is, beloved? To get killed, like those women right there, they are at their peak. Once they left the 20s or whatever, that's it for them. And they get killed while they are in high school, the university or college or studying. They got killed. Okay, all right. So Niam Washington, Peyton Stewart, and Asha Weir and Desalyn Williams, I believe. Yeah, that's their name. Okay, they get killed. All right, and this guy is rich. Nothing happened to him. No one saying anything. They are not dragging him to the media. They are not calling his parent irresponsible. They are not calling him irresponsible. Okay, the 4 young women were killed October 17 when Bo lost control of his BMW while speeding on a notoriously dangerous stretch of an iconic Pacific Coast highway. Okay, all 4 of them died, brethren. Okay. Now, the thing is, like I keep telling people, listen, whenever you are a black man or black woman or people of color, so to speak, you don't hang out with people like this, man. You don't hang out with people that don't look like you. You simply don't do this because there's a curse that is upon them. And if you partake with them, you're going to suffer the same fate. You don't get into a car with 3 people like, those 2 and that one in there. There's a curse that following them. Their ancestors done thing. If you're a friend with those people, okay. But you don't hang out with them, go places and stuff like that. You work with them, all right, we work together. But you don't hang out there. At this time, we keep telling people this is not the time to go partying and enjoy life and and stuff and gang and things like that. This is the time of judgment, man. And all those who are young lady, they are no more because this dude just run them over and kill all four of them. And then he was released. Now he got rearrested. Oh boy.
The community is grieving and we're in mourning over the loss, senseless loss really, of multiple community members. And when you've got the loss of children involved, it makes it that much more difficult to comprehend.
Two separate scenes cordoned off.
Once we understand how we got to where we got to, unfortunately, last night, we'll have to see if there's anything that we can do to avoid future events like this from happening.
Sault Ste. Marie police say around 10:20 Monday night, a call was made to 911 about someone breaking into a home. When officers arrived, they found a 41-year-old dead from a gunshot wound, but the shooter was nowhere in sight. 10 minutes later, another call to 911 about a person with a firearm at a home nearby. There, police found a 45-year-old person who had been shot and had to be rushed to hospital. Inside the home, officers made a heartbreaking discovery. The bodies of 3 children, ages 6, 7, and 12, all dead from gunshot wounds. Police say it appears the 44-year-old shooter died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Police not disclosing the relationship between any of the individuals involved or their identities.
We're obviously conducting a thorough criminal investigation, and as a result of that, we'll have to withhold that information at this time.
Police posting to social media, this tragedy was the result of intimate partner violence. In a statement to Global News, Algoma District School Board's Director of Education said the entire community is heartbroken and mourns the loss of 3 students overnight in Sault Ste. Marie.
We need to proactively take care of each other. We have to look at each other's lives.
Shalima Maharaj.
All right, this is in Canada, all right? There was a shooting, okay? 5 people or more, and out of those 5 people, 3 include children. There were 3 kids in there and 2 adults. Something happened, and the entire family is gone. And of course, let me see. I think the footage right here. The Canadian press also today Alex Flood. I'm not quite sure if this is a name, but Alex Flood was in there. So as you can see and hear that they are not releasing any name, any picture, or anything because under investigation. Always doing this because this is under investigation. This is not under investigation. We see these things happen over and over and over again. Those folks 83 are not built for stress. Any little stress, they will literally take the entire family out. And if you're a friend, you're in the house, they will take you out too because they can't deal with that. Imagine living 400 years in luxury and pampering and stuff. Now you're gonna have to truly actually work for whatever you need. And it's not easy out there, man. Okay, those people like to say, well, the elite make life so hard and stuff like that. The elite is against us. The elite going to control the world. The elite is evil. The elite is that. They're going to depopulate the world. Yet, Bill Gates walking around, nothing happened to him. Yet, Elon Musk giving an interview all over. Yet, Jeff Bezos walking around all over. Yet, Warren Buffett all over. Yet, George Lucas all over. You guys never did anything to them, touch them, saying anything to them. What you guys are doing, going to the grocery stores, where are people at, shoot a bunch of them. Going to the school, targeting our people. Going to the hood, killing our people. And now you hypocrites, because you know damn well the whole elite thing was a lie. Now you realize that life is actually really, really hard. Very, very hard. And you're gonna have to work to earn things, and those so-called elite are not even looking at you. You can't touch them though, with your rage, when you live in a little small town like this, everybody look like you. Everybody is you. Everybody is linked to you. You're gonna take whatever that you can take out because you ain't gonna go by yourself. That's how 83 are. They're not gonna go by themselves. Now you guys see the wind shifted, the tide shifted. Things are truly horrible for you out there. Selah, so be it.
Finally tonight, the Israel-Hamas war through the eyes of one American who felt compelled to serve. Here's Kelly Kobiea.
Major Nelson is a long way from home. The Miami father of two in command of a military patrol boat off the coast of Israel.
I mean, you left your job, you left your 2 young kids, you left your wife.
I don't know someone who don't understand the importance of this moment.
The morning of October 7th was his son's 4th birthday. Watching the horror unfold in his native Israel, he knew instantly he had to leave.
What did your wife say when you said you were going?
Well, thank God I have a very strong, beautiful wife back at home. She's taking care of our 2 kids.
What did she say to you?
She said many things.
You share something.
She gave me a kiss, blessed me for peace, come back home safe.
He was on the next flight to his other home, the sea, joining his former squadron.
The crew on this ship spends days at sea protecting the coast near Gaza. They say the threat from Hamas militants is still real, and it's their job to stop it.
The same group that fought off Hamas fast boats and divers charging toward Israel October 7th. Thwarting Hamas divers again tonight, the IDF says.
You spent 10 years in the Navy. Does this time feel different?
Yes, this is a very different time.
It's personal. His loved ones are among the hostages. His children waiting for him back home.
You miss your kids?
I do, very much.
Fighting a war he's never encountered before, for as long as it takes. Kelly Kobiea, NBC News, off the coast of Israel.
Again, the same thing happened with Ukraine. And, well, but they got some Negroes going over there. They're going to fight the Russian. And then 2 weeks later, he came back. A bunch of them went there. They didn't come back. This guy was actually lucky, came back. So what's going on here? The Holy One is gathering those people. He's stroking their ego and send them over there to get cleansed. See, they have to go over there and get cleansed. All of them. They have to move off our land, go over there and get cleansed. Because, well, that's what that is. And this thing, it's going to blow out of control, blow out of proportion. Like we said before, and we're going to keep saying, we have no dogs in this fight. Stay out of it.
But first at 5 o'clock, breaking news in Brooklyn. A car being chased by cops, narrowly missing a woman who was pushing a stroller. The close call, all of it, seen on camera.
That car crashed into 2 MTA buses, sending 7 people to the hospital. We're told several people were trapped inside and had to be rescued. It happened this afternoon near the intersection of Avenue N and McDonald Avenue in the Midwood section.
Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Carlo live at the scene for us with the very latest. Anthony?
Just a wild scene, guys, and I want to show you right away that those 2 buses are actually still parked here at the scene. You're taking a look at one of them right now, pulled over to the side of the road. Josh, pan down now to the street there. You can see just all the shards of glass and debris at this intersection. It certainly looks like there was a whole lot of damage, but there certainly could have been more. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about now. You see the car, which appears to be speeding, ping pong off of those 2 buses. But what you really need to focus on is the woman pushing her baby in a stroller, just starting to walk into the crosswalk on the right side of your screen when the collision happens. Had it not been for those buses almost acting like a shield, guardian angels of sorts, that woman and her child would likely have been hit.
That's a very peculiar, peculiar word he used there, guardian angel. Of course, 7 people, perfection, 2 MTA buses, 7 plus 2, 9, destruction and judgment, and this thing like that. So this happened in Brooklyn, and those two bosses, they say guardian angel. We know the message is for us. Keep on moving.
Instead, just some debris flew in their direction. Not everyone walked away, as you mentioned, unscathed. Authorities say 7 victims taken to area hospitals, several of them put into ambulances at the scene. Sources say the driver of that vehicle being pursued by cops and his passenger among the people who were injured, as well as the 2 bus drivers and 3 people who were riding on those buses also taken to the hospital. So let's get to what happened here. Police sources say, according to their preliminary investigation at least, cops were trying to pull over that vehicle and it ended up crashing into those 2 buses. The woman who was nearly hit in that crosswalk is a customer, we're told, at a nearby deli, and a worker described her panic.
She was in shock and she couldn't even talk, yeah.
She ran in here?
I mean, she was staying outside, but, you know, she was shaking with the baby. Yeah, it's crazy, you know. Everybody was in shock after that, you know, what happened. It was crazy, yeah.
Certainly crazy. Again, another live look just here at the scene behind us. Again, you see the intersection's clear now, but one of the buses that was involved in this collision parked there. The other just to my right here, you can't see it, but this could have certainly been a whole lot worse. Those victims right now in the hospital, unclear what their exact condition is, but 7 were told taken to hospitals, and it's not exactly clear why right now. Police were trying to pull over that vehicle, but from the looks of the video, it looks like he may have been speeding.
Well, that's what's going on. We give the Holy One great praise, great glory. Let's keep on moving. More crazy stuff.
Now to a cry for justice after a young mom and business owner was shot to death. Amanda Williams was killed 2 weeks ago in her home. Today, her family is demanding to know why the man police arrested was set free. Our Harry Boomer was there as the community, Harry, joined a local pastor to call for action.
That is right. Pastor R.A. Vernon of the Word Church led a campaign to call the county prosecutor to see if he could get justice for Amanda Williams. Amanda Williams, the guy who did this, admittedly so. They want to get him back behind bars. He claimed self-defense after shooting her to death in her Warrensville Heights home.
I have to live the rest of my life knowing that I wasn't there for my baby. She must have been terrified. She must have been terrified for her children downstairs.
Amanda Williams' mom showing raw emotion. Her daughter shot and killed back on October 9th. Police arrested but then later released Williams' fiancé. We're not naming him because he's not been charged or indicted. Today, family and friends joined Pastor R.A. Vernon of the Word Church.
And you can see why this young lady literally lost her life, because the family, the mothers, and they rally with the church, with the whole, Jesus thing going on there. If we pray hard enough, it will get justice. And they didn't charge the guy because he claimed self-defense. And as you can see, beloved, wife are killing husband, husband killing wife, fiance are killing each other's. All right, because the spirit is out there, and we told our people to get out of this thing. But right now, we don't say that anymore. Right now, wherever you're at, you at. But yet, wherever you're at, you're stuck. If this day you have to rally behind a pastor for something like that, there's nothing we can do about you, or nothing we can do for you, and nothing you can do for yourself, because this thing is terrible, man.
Demanding justice, claiming Amanda was the victim of domestic violence before she was killed.
Again, like we say this, we keep telling people this. The moment someone said, "I'm going to kill you," whether this person was a man, woman, leave. Leave. Don't tell this, "Oh, I'm leaving you." The one day that person came out in the house, they don't know where you at. That is, if you can. They don't know what, they have no idea where you at. Your family kind of know, which I would suggest you never tell your family exactly where you were. Just tell them, "I'm not in the house. You're somewhere. You're in another state, another country. Never heard of you," because this person will actually kill you. they would actually kill you. People think this thing is a joke, but there's a judgment out there.
So what did I see? I saw a pattern of domestic abuse. Watch this. This whole pattern of abuse, apology. Abuse, apology.
Well, that's what it is. It's not you're seeing a whole pattern. This thing is a judgment. It's a plague. It's a pestilence upon the people out there. And you see it happen all over. Because if you're not straightened, if you're not in the midst of this truth, a lot of things like that are going to happen to you. You know, it's just, it is what it is, man. You know, it's crazy. It's judgment. We have to take it.
Amanda's daughter fought back tears.
I'm speaking for my mom because she's not here to tell her story. My mom did not deserve this at all.
Again, we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened here. We don't know what's causing this. Okay, whoever did this, the guy, he didn't get arrested. So could be possibly that she was trying to kill him first. Okay? And he shot and killed her. Again, beloved, it's just the rage when people are in some kind of phony relationship. I married you because you're a high value man. You got this stuff that I want. And I marry you because you're a high maintenance woman. That's all. But when we get together, you realize that this person is like, ew. What kind of monster are you? And you realize that, yo, I don't need your money. Or you realize, yo, I don't need your beauty. Because people don't sit down. They don't study the person. Like I said, folks, they stop looking for flaw in people. Because if you are looking for flaw in people, you are looking for perfection. And you're going to find perfection. If there's one thing human is good at, is to project perfection in front of you. Ooh, she's perfect. Ooh, he's perfect. Because you're looking for flaw in this person. Is when you get with that person, you will see all their backwardness, all their flawed, all their nonsense and disgusting behavior. All their mental, they will claim it's mental illness. That has nothing to do with mental illness. You're dealing with a freaking demon. This person keep beating you, and then after that came out, I'm so sorry. I don't know what come over me. I love you and stuff. None of this nonsense. The moment somebody raised their hand, whether they are men and women, upon you or disrespected you, you cut this person off. That's all. The moment this person make a terrible comment about you or uncomfortable comment about you, cut this person off. I told you this story before. I was in a car with a young woman. And she was looking at my arm, and she made a comment about how she felt like to take my arm, take a very sharp knife, and slice my arm into little pieces. Put the salt and pepper and coriander or whatever, season it, well season it, and cook and eat it. And she started laughing. It was very disturbing to my soul. And she's like, I'm just kidding. You know I love you and stuff like that. I'm like, okay. But it was very disturbing. It's not like she's just doing this thing while she's laughing. She just quietly, peacefully sit there and make the comment about my arm. And when folks say things like that, brethren, it's not them. It's something that is in them, a spirit that is in them. And ever since, I'm like, you know what? No, sir. No, sir. Thank you. Let's keep on moving.
She was the best person, the most loved. I thank you guys for the support.
Anyway.
Amanda's daughter left this police station expressing optimism that her mom will get justice. Pastor Vernon says he shared with the police pictures and texts that will prove what he's saying, that she was murdered without cause. I'm Harry Boomer.
Keep on
Death
moving.
of an aspiring model found in her downtown LA apartment has been ruled accidental. The body of Nicole Coates was found by family members last month inside her South Grand Avenue apartment. At the time, police said no foul play was suspected. According to the autopsy report, the 32-year-old died of a combination of cocaine and alcohol. Another model, Melissa Mooney, was found dead in her downtown apartment 2 days after Coates, and that case is still under investigation.
All right. Now, this is the young lady we had.
According to the autopsy report, the 32-year-old.
There we go. Nope. There we go. That's a big picture. We had profiled this a month or two ago. They keep finding those young models die sometime accidental cocaine and alcohol. I mean, that's what they said, you know. That's what they said. Some of them, one of them, they find her, she was choked to death, and the other one, and things like that. But hey, this if this is, those are the Instagram model, okay, if this is the life you choose to live, they come with certain things. Because beloved, listen, as a woman and a man, as a human being, when you go online, you post yourself, you post your body, and then you put yourself in certain category, you will encounter non-human being, people that are soulless, and they will do things unto you, and you will get the money you like. They will make you do stuff, and this thing gonna stick with you forever, and you will want the pain to go away, and you will do drugs to get this thing to go away, and it won't. There is a video, you know what, let's just let's go into this, and then after that we'll check if the HBO video is there. Okay, now why is this happening, beloved? Okay, it's happening because of Genesis 15 verse 13, and he said unto Abraham, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Yes, indeed. 1619, 2019, right after 2019, beloved, the entire world got locked out. We see the plague came in and decimated those people. That's why they are letting the migrant here to kind of like padded their numbers, because this thing is not good. Well, it didn't do anything to us, but it ravaging them. And a hell of a lot more on the way they are coming. And the economy it crashed a very long time ago. And the birth, the fertility, the infertility in the midst of them is literally, is very bad. But the fertility in us is increasing. And the mighty one said, and also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. And the 10 plagues of the apocalypse, we just see a lot of number 9, execution by the sword. The sword is the modern day for a gun or anything that can kill someone. All right. We see pestilence. All right. And we see a bunch of stuff. Okay. Now that we done with this, like I said, when you are a so-called model, whether you're a man or a woman, and you post yourself out there, and you will find people that will want to get down with you, which is fine. This is what you want to do, and there is no law except for men law that say you can't do that. You're an adult. You own yourself. You are independent. That's the word those folks say. You do whatever you want. But know this: wherever you lie down with, wherever you get down with, there are certain people you shouldn't be getting down with them in that manner, because there is certain energy that you will cut. As we mentioned before, for those of our people out there, that if you get into a situation that you have to somewhat get involved with baking with this person, know for one fact, if you are above that person financially, especially spiritually, this person is below you. Financially, this person is broke in debt. Spiritually, this person is backward. Once you get down with this person, it's gonna be a huge switch. The person going to take all your, whatever you want to call it, good luck and everything, and then going to transfer all the filth and things that he or she was dealing with, is going to transfer it onto you. You have to be somewhat in the same level, or that person have to be above you. because you don't, when you're baking with someone, you're transferring energy, and energy is transferring, push and pull, yin and yang. You go out there, transfer energy with a woman that been transfer energy all over the place, and all those men energy stay in her, and you come over there and you are you got bad luck and you just absorb all this thing. The same thing with the woman. This man go out there and baking with all those women, and then you go lie down with him, you get all this terrible stuff that happen. Anyway, HBO documentary Black Tar Heroin. All right, that's the guy. Okay, that's the dude. Wow. Oh boy, that's the guy. Let me see if I can get a picture of it. That's the name of the documentary. Came out like 20 years ago, right? Okay, the dark end of the street, Black Tar Heroin. A beautiful, magnificent documentary. HBO Black Tar Heroin documentary.
Black Tar Heroin is a 2000 movie directed by Stephen Okazaki, starring Tracy Helton, Jessica Snow, and Alice McMunn.
Okay, this thing came out 20 years ago. That's when the 23 years ago. That's when this stuff was like literally destroy those people. Okay, and they never really talk about it. Only one of them survived. That woman. She was that butch girl. She was that. Actually, that's a woman. Okay, and she's now turned into this. Okay, and where's the dude? Where's the guy? There's a dude I'm looking for here. A beautiful documentary, man. I every time I watch these documentaries, I'm like, man, I want to make a documentary just like that. I'm still working on the idea. Okay, that's the one of the girl, and she explained. This is very graphic. Okay, she explained in the video. They say, well, why do you dress like a man and you walk around like this? Are you are you a car girl and what's going on? He say, well, no, I'm not. Dressing me as a woman, dressing as a man is a safety thing for me. That will keep me from being raped in the street. When they see me walking and they think I'm a dude, they will leave me alone. But if they see me, if they see I'm a woman, they will come after me. And they say, oh, is that? I say, no. Well, the thing is that when I was a little girl, when she was 6 years old, her grandfather lost his house. So her parents, I believe the mom or the father, bought the grandfather in the house to stay there because he lost his place. So the father and the mother were going to work and taking care of business, and the grandfather was molesting and raping her. And then one day, the grandfather raped her so bad, so violently, that it dislocated her pelvis. It actually literally broke her pelvis. She was 6 years old. And when her pelvis is dislocated and broke, and the grandfather did not want to bring her to the hospital, he told her, tell your parents that you fell from the stairs. And then when the parents came home, they took her to the hospital, and they realized their pelvis was dislocated because of the violent sexual act the grandfather was doing on her when she was sick. And she fled home. This is the kind of life those people are living. And then that's what she turned like this. Okay? If you destroy the child, you also destroy the adult. And that's the kind of things those people were doing to their own people. Can you imagine the stuff they were doing to our children? Okay, that's what happened in this thing. A beautiful thing, man. Okay, that's the where is it? She was the only survivor. Okay, that's her. She's the only survivor out of all of it. I'm assuming last time I checked. Where is she? Okay, that was her. And they like to dress as men because that's how they protect themselves out there, by being tough. Where's the dude? Man, where's my guy, man? This guy, I want to get this back to this dude. He was like a regular dude. He had a girlfriend, and he need the money. You know, he's a cute dude. He go out there and did what cute dude was doing. And then at one point, his girlfriend, like when he come home, because of all the stuff he been doing to get the money, he's not attracted to his girlfriend anymore. And the girlfriend was crying and say, you don't touch me. You don't do anything with me anymore. Why? And then he told the girlfriend, man, yo, after spending the entire days with men out there, rich men that pay you 20, $30 and make you do terrible stuff, when you come home, you have no desire to do anything, and then they all die though, except for this lady. She's the only one that survived. Let me see. Black tie heroin. Real black tie. Let me just heroin. Is that what that is? Let me just leave this. Where is that dude? I don't want to click on the video because it's HBO. They're gonna come after me. Well, let's put black tie heroin male prosti. Whoops. All right, let me see. I don't think I can find that fellow, but he's let me see. This is the guy. This dude that you are looking here. His story was so bad. The story of this dude is so bad. The reason why I want to talk about it, it's because of what happened to this young lady right here. And I will make the connection for the people that have not watching this documentary. Highly recommend it. The story of this dude, they asked him and said, okay, what about you? How'd you get into this thing? And he like, well, I have no family. All I heard of my mom is one day when she was a teenager, she went to a party and then she passed out on heroin, and she woke up, she checked herself, she realized what has been done unto her, and then 9 months later I was born. And he said, I don't know my father, I don't know anybody, and my mom threw me away. So he literally grew up in the street. But and he was doing this thing because of loneliness. He was not doing it because he was addicted. He was doing it because of loneliness. And then this thing becoming an addiction, he become a junkie, and then he start hanging out with men and all those old cowboy men. And the way the guy was describing what those guys were doing, again, see, warning, this will contain graphic scene. The way the guy, he was describing what those old dudes was doing unto him, beloved, that thing is so sad. And the guy, he sit there, he said, I'm just, I'm lonely. You're just lonely. You think those people will make you do things, man. The way the guy said they will make you do things that make you feel like you are not a human being. They will make you do things that literally destroy your self-esteem, destroy your soul. So that's what happened here. When you are in this line of work, especially with those non-human walking around, they got all the money, they will make you do stuff. Have you ever heard of the Dubai portal party? Okay. Dubai portal party. Okay. Those are the Dubai portal parties. Okay. Those are young women, okay, that go to Dubai and then they did stuff to those girls. All right. They did stuff to those girls. Okay. Those are the Dubai portal parties. Those Instagram girls, they go to Dubai, and then those rich guys lie them down, squat upon their shoulders, and then defecated upon their chest, defecated in their faces, and make them eat the fecal matter. Okay? And then they throw up, they make them eat the throw up. And then they give those girls $200,000, $300,000. And then they come and then they got a BBL, and then they come to the Instagram and look like this. And look like that. They got surgery. And when in fact they make them sleep with non-human being, animals. That's what happened. And when you do things like that, it's gonna stick with you forever. And you will need something to numb it. Then again, beloved, I'm not saying this woman, she does things like this, but this stuff, what I'm telling you, they are very real, okay? What those people are going, when you're on this line of work, this thing is very real. This thing is very real when you get involved with this stuff. As a human being, you will meet other people who say, there is no freaking way this person is a human being. And things that are disgusting unto you, it is exciting unto them. This might come out a little bit wrong, but right now, at this moment, well, ever since let me see if I can find this song. Forgive me, beloved, I don't want to do this. You know, sometime I get caught up in those stuff. But anyway, that's how it's supposed to be song. Okay, no. How it's supposed to be song. Oh, who sent this song? Mike Ponson? No. Omarion, that's how it's supposed to be. Is that what that is? Okay, all right. Omarion, okay. Chris Brown, Jenny Aiko, supposed to be. Okay, this song, let me see if I can get the lyrics because I can play the song. If your chick come close to me, she ain't going home when she supposed to be. I'm getting money like I'm supposed to be. All of them Negroes. Pull up to the club. Ah, boy. If your chick come close to me, get your gun. Anyway. So, and in this song, beloved, let me see when this song came out. In 2014. Yes. Started around 2014, 2015. There was a trend. Again, beloved, forgive me, this is going to be somewhat graphic. I don't want to do this, but because of the nature of this, I'm going to use as much innuendos and analogies as I can to play down or water down what I'm going to say here. Even before that, and when those guys released this song, you know, I went in the album Sex Playlist. What Chris Brown and Omarion started with this thing, they started a trend where a woman, when a man and a woman, when the plus and the negative get together, actually they're supposed to act and get involved and bake the way that they're supposed to do it. However, there is a switch. Now, the woman become the men and the men become the woman. The woman start performing on the men by eating, well, let's see. Chris Rock tossing salad. There you go. So, which was a prison thing, okay, with this dude right here, okay? The tossing salad dude. This guy is actually real, okay? Okay, so it's a prison thing. Now they bring the prison scene into the love scene, the actual real scene. Things that were done in prison where two cowboys were doing, now they make it, you won't watch, there is no scene. Those modern producers that are in LA, all of them, there is no scene they do not put this prison scene in it. All of them. And then it becomes, since 2014 till now, it become regular, it become normal for men to have, for the plus to have the minors go on to him and performing prison thing on it. Okay? Literally eat out of the exit sign. And those girls, and they are beautiful. Okay? They are beautiful. Those girls are young. They are pretty. They do horrible and terrible things. And then they are on script. They are supposed to say certain words. How they like that. And the man's supposed to say certain words. And beloved, after that, once you do something like that, a multiple other men, as a woman, you go home, you're going to think about certain things. And you will need something to numb that. And there are plenty videos on YouTube where the women that done things like that, and they are saying like, okay, my friend died 98 because of this sin that she did with this guy or with those multiple other people and stuff like that. There are a lifestyle, brethren. You're not supposed to get involved with it, because I know they pay money, but whatever that you did for this money, it's going to haunt you for the rest of your life. Whatever that they have out there right now, there is nothing normal about it. West Coast used to have good stuff. They don't have none of that anymore. Every single thing is backward. The plus and the minus plus a third party. What is the third party? A fake third leg. The women use it on the men. And those men come out there and laughing at how straight they are. And you have straight men, they are straight by doing this thing, beloved. And that's why you got a lot of those dudes, they are drinking, smoking, and they are killing themselves. It's a spirit. This young woman was 31 years old. Young woman, man. 30, 31, you're young. But the Instagram lifestyle, going out there, do all those stuff, it comes with a price, beloved. It's a horrible thing, but it comes with a price. Certain baking act you perform, it will derange, it will literally destroy your spiritual power, it will literally destroy your soul. That is why we have laws against certain things. If you don't do this, because it will destroy your spiritual power, it will destroy your soul, it will destroy your mind. The whole baking industry is flipped to something, it's complete debauchery. There's nothing normal, nothing, it's all fake. People are drugged out. People on heroin, the fentanyl, they're out of their freaking mind. If you watch the interview with those people, they'll tell you straight up, not one scene is performed with a sober mind. So when you get involved in that Instagram life and you're receiving people, then again, I'm not saying that's what she was doing because she was an Instagram model, but wherever women out there doing the whole BBL thing and calling those dudes coming to your home, they will leave certain things with you. They will leave certain spirit with you. If, like we said it, whether you're a man or you're a woman, if you choose to bake with someone, never bake with that person on the bed that you lay your rest, on the bed that you lay your soul, on the bed that you lie down there, you sleep. You don't do this. Because this person you lie down upon this bed may or may not leave something. First time, he or she may not leave something. But if you keep bringing people on that bed that you sleep at night, where your soul rests, you're going to cut something. And it's not going to be an STD. It's going to, STD is most STD, you can get rid of them. But this thing, you won't be able to get rid of them. It's going to destroy you. Look at that fellow Kanye West. Once he starts sleeping with the whole Kardashian thing, he lost his goddamn mind. He lost his goddamn fortune. A lot of rich black men, they went and sleep with other races, and they bring those women in the house. That's it. We talk about this. Excuse me. My apology, beloved, because I got carried away. I just wanted to explain this. We will take part 2. You may look for it or you can wait for it. Then again, this is a word of advice, beloved. I am in no shape or form of telling people baking is disgusting or anything like that. It's beautiful and it should be done properly. There are certain things you are not, according to my own vain understanding, there are certain things you're not supposed to do during the baking. Eating from the exit sign, it's a no. The men, you cannot do this. Eat from the women exit sign, and the women, you cannot do it from the main exit sign. I don't care this is how he get off or how she get off. If you are in this life, if you're in this spiritual path, you eat from exit sign, your mouth, your tongue won't have any power in it. When you say things will not obey you. When you talk to people, they will not respect you because there's a spirit that came from the hole that the fecal matter came out. It's something that it's a prison thing, but they bought it, they make it normal. I'm not making this up, beloved. every young person that you question, you ask them about their quote unquote their baking life, they will describe what they did to each other as if it's a woman kissing a man, as if it's normal like this, as if a man kisses a woman and then they make love. They just describe this thing. But anyway, I will see you folks in part 2. Shalom.